Hey guys, this is TKD Master 78. This is a player profile on Khoa over here. The team leader of Team Blazn, B-L-A-Z-N. So Khoa, tell us about yourself.
I don't know. What is there to say? Khoa Chau here from Orange County, California. Living in Arkansas. Shit.
Yeah.
So boring here, guys. Nothing to do, actually. Living the college life right now. Going into my junior year. Majoring in biology so I can be a doctor.
Yeah.
Because when you're Asian, you have no choice. You're doctor or engineer.
Or lawyer.
Or chicken farm.
Oh, there we go.
Or the chicken farm. There's nothing more about me. I mean, if you guys wanted to know more about me, just PM, check out my channel, Qual612, rate, comment, subscribe, look at all my vids. Definitely subscribe. And to TKD Master 78, subscribe to him. He needs some subscribers as well. And Rambo Pride 187. Go click the Asian button and subscribe to us.
Yes. Well, I'm going to ask you a few questions here, Khoa. So on this format, what do you think about it?
This format sucks, actually. I don't like this format at all. I loved it in the beginning, where, it was like turn by turn plays, where it was like skills, every turn, you set up for the next play. And then your opponent does something, then you gotta set it up again. But now the meta has become, almost autopilot, you can say, because Infinities, if you just get them nuts, it's just autopilot. What you do, you miss one, you Brionac, you Goyo, then with the last launcher, you go and get a barrier and you set up a lock. So that's pretty much autopilot, if you ask me.
Okay, so let me stop you right there. Explain what meta is. Some of the viewers probably won't know what that is. They probably knew.
Meta, because a lot of our team members didn't know what the word meta was, because you built the fun decks, you built the random stuff that kind of work, but it won't work at a competitive level. But meta is defined as what is current in the game. Like what is the hottest thing. Like the meta now for the game is X-Sabers, Infinities. I can say Froggy Monarchs because they're putting in a lot of showing lately. There's probably at least 4 in the top 32 at least that I know of from the last Shonen Jump or YCS Chicago. That's pretty much the only thing that's hot right now. GB's starting to become meta now, but that's basically what meta is, what's hot at the moment of the game.
Okay, so I failed to mention in the last video, what do you think about Lightsworn and gadgets?
Like gadgets, like Machina gadgets, or
yeah.
what?
Machina gadgets, some Lightsworns, like you mentioned, autopilot cards, like decks.
Like Machina is just complete autopilot. It's just summon, and special summon Fortress when you get the chance, and then set back row. That to me is just, it's on autopilot. You don't really do anything. You just, even when you're in a desperate situation, you still have to summon gadgets every turn just to mill that deck. Or, not mill, thin the deck a little bit. But to me, it's just autopilot. It's Lightsworn. A lot of you players agree with me. It is autopilot. Everything about it is, you just set it up and the deck works itself. Mill by itself, mill the Wolf, mill the Necro, Plague Spreader. JD hits field, autopilot. Lila, Celestia. The only skills in the deck is how to pop how many cards with Celestia. Necro, and what to bring back with Lumina, I guess. But that's the only skills in the deck.
Okay, so you know what? This Blackwings, I haven't seen a lot of them. Do you think they're dying right now, or do you think they're just hibernating for now till next format, or what?
Blackwing is very good. I mean, to me, it's still a decent deck. It's still tier 1. It has not dropped to tier 1.5 yet. The only fact that people don't run it as much is the fear of Starlight Road. Because Icarus has to pop 2 cards. But more than likely, a Blackwing player is not going to pop their own cards with Icarus. They're going to pop 2 of your opponent's cards. And that means that, Starlight Road is now chainable. Play it, and they kind of cried to that Stardust sitting out there now.
Right.
Um, I think the game is too aggressive for them right now because there's too many things to counteract the summoning. Because stopping them from summoning, while they have Black Whirlwind, hurts them because they need to go search for almost everything. And Consecrated Light just pwns. And Crevice just owns that value.
Yeah. So pretty much we got the Black Wings out there. And what can you go in detail on X-Sabers and Infernities? These are like the top two hot lists right now. So what can you say about them?
Infernities is very autopilot, very mindless to play. I mean, if you get the boo-boo hands, there's nothing you can do about it. It's just going to be boo-boo until you draw something epically amazing. But it's an OTK, it's a fast deck, there's nothing more. I mean, it wins games. If you're going to side deck, Threatening, Fader, Gores, Wabukus if you're running GB, Consecrated Light hurts the deck so bad because every monster there is dark. You play that, you own them. That's it. Consecrated Light just owns them. The worst they can do is probably Book of Moon it. But even then, it's kind of wasteful just to use a Book of Moon on a little gumball guy. X-Sabers, I'm starting to really like X-Sabers right now. I love their hand destruction combo. Amazing. So broken. So OP. And for those of you who don't know what OP stands for, it stands for overpowered. And Andre, TKD Master, is actually the one that's using that phrase. And it's probably going to catch on with me pretty soon. Because I kind of like saying it now. OP. Set up, Cold Wave into Kitty for Dark Soul and Arabellum. And then Faltro. And then make Hyunlei and pop the 3 back rows. That's just amazing. There's 3 cards that could have been activated, but no.
Yeah, especially when one of them is Starlight Road.
I know. It makes it really hard for the player to come back. I mean, you just destroy the hand. You put them down to 1 card. And they're up against Gothams and Hyunlei or 2 Faltros. That's just pack it up, scoop, GG, that's it. It's over.
Yeah, and probably later we'll probably get into a deck profile on Khoa as well and see what he's running. Let you guys know, do not run Guard Strike. Yeah.
Guard Strike is kind of boo-boo.
Yeah, he boo-boo. Yeah, that's...
You'd rather go ahead and run...
Cyber Dragon.
Yeah, Cyber Dragon. The only up part about Guard Strike is that you can Gotham Emergency Call him back with Full Helm or Arabellum for a Stardust. But that's it. It's not worth it.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's everything about your input on the decks right now. How about the, what can I say? What are you looking forward to, Nationals?
A lot of trade, a lot of money making, a lot of good decks, and a lot of good players to play against.
Oh, yeah? So you think you're going to see some of the pros over there?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like all the pros are gonna be there, and actually, like good players are actually gonna be there, which is what I want to try because I want to boost my skill up a little bit.
Yeah.
So why not, just challenge people there? Because I've been on a hot streak with regional so far. I took first at Little Rock, and after 8 rounds of Swiss in the last Oklahoma, not the June 19th one that just passed, but the one in like April, I got first place after Swiss and lost in top 8, but I still top 8. So that was pretty good. I'm on a hot streak right now.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. What would you define a good player?
A good player is the person that knows how to make a move. Like, if your opponent sits like 2 back rows, and you're running X-Sabers and you want to push for that Bogart Full Helm into Full Throw into bringing back Dark Soul for Hyunlei, yeah, that's probably not the time to be playing that. Because I've seen a lot of people do that. I probably just summon a floater, like Full Helm Knight, because she can block and attack, summon and attack and poke. Some people would overextend for no good reason. Like your opponent, especially against GB, they'll set like 4 back rows, and that's just scary as hell just to stare down 4 back rows. And they just summon all their big monsters, just wasting their hand when they can just easily just summon a Sengen and poke. They can just do that. Simple as that. And making sure like you get a feel for what card is back there, because I've done it several times. I sense a card like, man, I think that's a Torrential back there, or I think that's a Mirror Force back there. So I'm only going to poke with 1 monster at a time. I'm not going to poke with like 2 monsters and get you a plus off your Mirror Force. Or summon a monster because I want to get greedy. I could have won on that turn. Like, let's say you had 1,000 life points, but all I can do is poke you with a Bromello for 8. But I also had a Ridiar in my hand. I could have summoned that, but I'm not going to risk it. So I'm going to go ahead and tag in for a Lucari, and you play Torrential. Then boom, I'm just going to summon Ridiar, have that Chariot ready for you. It's just making the good plays when it counts and knowing how to gain an advantage during the game and not overextending as much. Try to play conservatively, because if you start losing card advantage in your hand, you're going to start losing the advantage on the field as well, because you need your hand in order to do stuff on the field so you can counteract whatever your opponent's doing. And advice for that is don't be afraid to take...
Oh shit, 10 minutes and 30 seconds.
Just cut it off then.